Hi, my name is Arese. I'm the author of a book called The Smart Money Woman, An African Girl's Journey to Financial Freedom, which I recently turned into a 13-episode TV series that I executive produced myself. And I'm so excited about the fact that we're doing a special segment around the fashion and the business of fashion, because fashion was a very big deal on the Smart Money Woman.
My name is Ugonna of and I am the creative director of Cinnamon Lagos, also popularly known as CP Woman.
My name is Derin. I'm the creative director for Traveling by Derin and also creative director for Bloom by FBD.
So I started the brand when I was doing my master's actually in America, and I started it because I moved from London to America, and honestly I didn't feel like I saw that many brands that were, selling or showcasing stuff in my style. And after a couple years of feeling frustrated, I thought, okay, well, why not me? Why not start this? I have a background from when I was much younger in art and fashion, and my mother was a designer. So that's always sort of been lingering around. So I started it real small, real low key, with plans to grow it organically. And then I found myself in Nigeria, no plans to move, but now I'm here. And the way things worked out, we sped up, and it's been my main focus ever since.
Traveling by Derin came up from me loving fashion. I mean, being in school, I've always loved fashion. I've always loved clothes. I was very creative, and I knew that I wanted something to do with fashion, even without really knowing what it was. So as time went on, I designed and produced my first Ankara kaftan for my sister, and she had worn it in the office and came back saying everybody loves it and everybody wanted the number of who created it. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, oh, you know what, give them my number. And yeah, that was how family started, to be honest. So just a girl that just got out of university.
The main driver of my growth in Nigeria, obviously there is a market for just more accessible clothing in Nigeria, and I don't even mean price point. It's changed a little bit. We have a few international brands that are now delivering to Nigeria, but when I moved back, there were very limited options for women here, for styles that they enjoyed, for styles that they could just pick up and go, right? We have a very informal industry here where people have their own tailors and things like that, but ready to wear, grab and go, that market was really lacking. And so that has been driving me. Obviously, I love dressing women. I really do enjoy it. So it's just perfect that there's a huge market here, and it's something that I truly enjoy, and I'm happy when I wake up every morning doing it. So I'm going to keep doing that until it doesn't make me happy anymore.
For me, the one thing that I know that has been my biggest drive has been my passion, because my back end story is, like I said, a young girl that loved fashion and was received from the very first time I started. So my passion is undefeatable. I am in love with fashion. I am absolutely in love. So even on days when I feel like, what am I doing? Even on days when I almost gave up, or when it felt like my body was failing me, I was looking for other passions, to be honest. I was looking for other interests, but my heart belongs to fashion.
Honestly, I mean, the biggest highlight for me was the what would you call it, like the cover page for the posters and the just the ads for the show. I mean, I had 4 out of 5 looks on that, and that to me, if none of my looks made it in the show, I've been that's all.
Working on Smart Money Woman for me was so different, apart from the fact that my best friend is in it. Hey, Tammy. And she was playing my role, you know, like watching it now is so emotional for me. Sometimes when I'm watching it, she leaves me. She's just looking at me like, wow, because she sees that I understand. So when she told me her role in the show, I was so excited, and I'm like, okay, we need to get you at least, even if you don't wear me all the time, let's get you like some pieces that actually show that you are a fashion designer and you are edgy.
So for the brand, a CP woman to me is very versatile in her style, right? So she is very confident in her personal style, likes to have fun, likes to be spicy sometimes, likes to be romantic sometimes, but every time you feel sexy, you feel feminine, you feel strong, and you just feel really beautiful. And to be honest, those are the sorts of reviews that I get. So I want you to feel like you're wearing something special, and it doesn't always have to be an outfit that's for going out, even though, you know, we do across the spectrum, but even if you're lounging, you just feel good, you look good, and I think that my customers really embody the spirit of a CP woman.
A bloom woman is a woman that is coming into her own, learning to love herself and comfort. She's a woman that loves comfort but still likes a little bit of luxury. So that is what the brand, I mean, coming from being a custom brand to ready to wear, I put a lot of my creativity from fabric still into bloom. So even though the pieces are easy, you would see that it's not regular. You will still see it's not just made, it's actually designed to suit you, so you can go from day to night. Most of our designs are outfits that can go from daytime to nighttime, depending on how you dress it. So yeah, the essence of a bloom woman is just to keep springing forth and feeling beautiful for less than fabric price. So yeah.
What was it like working as a designer on the Smart Money Woman?
It was actually quite interesting because when Sokia reached out to me, she was very specific on what she wanted the ladies to be wearing, and I was very privileged because I already worked with a few of the
One of them
people.
is your best friend.
Yeah, and one of them I understand her body well, so it was easy to come up. It was a bit easy to come up with designs to suit her character, but the challenging part of it was I wasn't sure where to brand the designs under customs or ready to wear because we're making them brand new, and I didn't know which of the labels it was going to go under. But yeah, it was a really amazing experience. I had fun. There was some late night pickings, and then there was some at the end of the day, walked out.
So in terms of production and distribution and just, you know, growing a Nigerian brand in general, what would you say some of your biggest pain points had been? I'll start with you, Ugonna.
So I'd say one of my main challenges is staffing, from tailors all the way up the value chain, and I think that's something that we really struggle with here. Not enough qualified, well-trained, different sort of roles that there are. It's not, I think when people think of brands, you think, oh, it's a tailor and the designer.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many other steps in between. There's so many other people that you need in between, and you know, quality control is key. So, you know, I just end up stressing myself, running myself ragged because I'm playing all these different roles. Yeah.
So what about you, Derin?
Staffing, like she said, is one of the major challenges I'm sure every designer goes through. But for me, I thought I was making it easy for myself by getting so many people to fill up the roles: supervisors, managers, quality control person, production manager. I had it all. But then it ended up still falling on me. And I found that all these people that I packed in my organization, thinking they were taking the stress off me so I could focus on creating were actually making it worse for me. If we're going to talk about how this thing can be solved, I don't know if there's like a training school that these people have to go into, and then just, to be honest, I really don't know. Yeah, the skills. I feel like a lot of them just do this. You know how we are very passionate about what we do. We make sure we're detailed. I feel a lot of these people that fill these roles are just doing it for the money. When I went into fashion, I just knew that I loved clothes. I knew that I was creative with my hands and I had the ideas. I did not particularly have any business background or anything. In fact, I studied IT. As it started to grow, I wished or I hoped that I had a little bit of business background. But as you're scaling, especially when you are so involved in your business, it's difficult for you to find time to go on a 6-month course or so the best I could have done, I did at that time, was go do some online courses and things like that, and research and things like that. So yeah, if like a lot of us, we don't plug into partnerships, and I think I know why. We're scared that someone will take over our business and things like that, because everybody seems to have the same interest. Like you said, everybody wants to be a designer. Everyone wants to plug into that, or I'm the one designing. I would love to, if I know that I'm skilled at creating. So if someone miraculously walks into my store now and says, I'm good at management, like let's partner, I would gladly take it. Like I would gladly be like, oh, you are the one I've been looking for.
I love it. So I wanted to talk a lot as well about your transition from custom to ready to wear.
I mean, it's different for me because I have a very creative mind, and to be honest, I feel ready to wear is amazing, but I kind of feel like I limit my creativity for my ready to wear, especially with the brand home, like the price point of my brand. But it's been
Challenge.
It's been challenging in the sense that I haven't fully grasped the whole idea of distribution and the whole idea of marketing the outfits. Like I struggle with, okay, how many pieces of this do I produce? And because my mind is so creative, I'm just producing. I don't want to stop. And it doesn't make it. It's relative with a ready-to-wear brand. You can't just keep putting things out. But one thing I loved with ready to wear is after the collection dropped, I was able to tell within a couple of days which was going to be a bestseller. And that kind of helped me focus on marketing those particular pieces. I've had conversations, okay, so at what point does a website come in? Is it immediately? How do we handle orders? How are we able to like make sure this thing is available for everyone? So those are still questions that I'm asking myself. And I mean, we just started in August, and
it's doing really well.
Growing into it and learning from people that have been in the business longer, and communicating, like you said, which is very important. A lot of us feel like we need to take all the burden to on ourselves and do it. But yeah, if we have a community of people that we can discuss with, I think it makes it easier. So yeah, I'm going to be tapping into conversations with Ugonna and anyone else. Like, please, how do I do this thing? But so far, we thank God it's been well. I have a lot of growing to do, but yeah.
Ugonna, what for you? Like, because I know that this whole thing about ready to wear distribution, you have some very strong what you're doing and what you're not doing. So
well, I'll tell you the truth. I started off, I always wanted to be a ready to wear brand. I do know that I have one more brand in me. It's a bit more luxury, but it's still ready to wear. I don't like stress. And to be honest, I don't market custom services, but I do them. And
I'm gonna have it
tomorrow, exactly. And that's the reason I don't do custom. I can't have 20, 25 Arese calling me. It sounds a bit off, but I can get to choose who I'm doing the custom for and who I know can accommodate, how I'm working. It's time constraints, okay. And honestly, I play with you, but it's good to have a little bit of liberty with what you want to look like.
Yeah.
You can't call last minute and then have all these demands and then still be upset and I can't take because ultimately I want the customer to be very happy. You know what I mean? It's still gonna hurt. I know you see people now start calling me. They'll not say it's because I'm not Arese.
Because I'm not a celebrity.
Yes, so like
You get that.
it's so fun. I get that. I get that a whole lot. Is because I'm not a celebrity, and this stems from you just putting, sticking with your policies. Or our delivery date is so and so day, or you have to come in for a fitting, or this and that. Or sorry, we're fully booked. We can't take your order. And then the next thing is it because I'm not a celebrity? Is it because I'm a nobody? And I'm like, no, it's not because of that. You know how we say Nigeria is a lawless country. I feel like we're just used to having everything our way, and once a policy is in place or a simple structure is in place that doesn't suit you, it comes across as the brand is proud or the brand is rude. But these policies have been put in place to make it more convenient for us to serve you.
Exactly.
Because imagine if we were just running a business on no structure or running a business on no policy, like it would be all over the place. We wouldn't be able to meet up with demands. We will be messing up. And so when we say, okay, please, this is our policy, these are our terms and conditions, it's not because we don't want to serve you. It's just because we want to serve you better.
You know, we're running a business. I love what you said about, you know, trying to serve you better and putting these policies in place so that I can do a better job for you. You're a more established brand than I am. I'm not going to try and offer the same services that you have the capacity to offer. So imagine me with my small brand saying, I don't do this, I don't. They're like, oh, so you don't want to sell?
It's like, no, I just can't. Like this, in an ideal world, right? Distribution would be a great way to scale your business, because if we had Macy's, if we had Selfridges, you would have like big department stores to sort of leverage on to scale, right? So you don't have to sell the 100 units
By
through
yourself.
your own channels, by yourself. So what would you say your own challenges have been, Ugonna?
No disrespect to any of the department stores or those sort of collectives that have started, but it's the same thing that they're struggling with as well. They also don't have the funding or the infrastructure to offer the service the way it should be offered, to be honest. That is, mutually beneficial. For me, when you think of the fees, first of all, just to stock there and make sure that you are keeping up with your stock there and keeping up with your stock with your own direct customers, it's not profitable to me. But of course, that's now more pressure because I'm now my distribution channel again. I'm running the website, so if I would love for that to be an outlet, for us, but it doesn't seem like profitable in the long run. And I mean, if you're trying to really run a profitable business, you're going to think about these things. It's not just about, oh, I'm stocked here and I'm stocked here. How many do they stock? Are you making money?
How many do they sell?
How many do they sell? You know what I mean? I remember I think it was just an early mover. There were a few people around that time, but we didn't even have the production support that we have now. Still lacking, but imagine back then, how many pieces could brands even produce to give them? You know what I mean? So I feel like it was a bit early.
The kind of offers or the kind of deals I would get were people that wanted to buy it off at like a discounted rate, of course. And I sold her my clothes. So I just went on her website and I saw that she was selling it ×2 of what I would even like sell it. And it kind of, for my my foresight, like layman mind, it didn't sit well with me. Like, why are you selling this at this price when you had bought it at this price? So like literally you're making so much money than me, I didn't like that. But then I had a conversation with her and she said, oh, the shipping, the this, even if you put the shipping and everything, it was still a lot. So things like that. I had people come in, oh, they want to buy it. So it's not even just the rent and then the percentage they want to take off of it. It's just that they come at you with wanting to buy your pieces at such a ridiculous price when they're going to sell it at like times 3. What it was for me was, so I would have people still, maybe they had seen the design on her page, I would have people still message me about it and say, oh, it was too expensive. So that was so that's why I went on her site in the first place.
To check it out.
I never bothered. So that was why I went on her site.
That was going to be my comment, especially when you're growing and in your contract, especially in retail, in manufacturing, that's what the manufacturing's suggested retail price, that's MSRP, right? So in your contract, you can discuss and say, you buy at this discount, but this is like the range of how, because especially if you're expanding, if you're in another department store, people should be able to say fabric lane is about this much, not from here to here. And then if you're introducing me to a new market, this new market now thinks I sell clothes for £1,000. They're not going to come back to me, they're not going to come and find me. So it does kind of hurt the brand, but you know, like as you're growing, so it's just having that conversation with the retailer as well, you know, and not just giving.